What's up? My name is Mike. I am a software engineer, algorithmic forex trader, and recently I live in Thailand as an expat. And also I have been developing my own trading platform for forex, stocks and crypto. I have tried many different frameworks when it comes to user interfaces, but in the end I decided to stick with Avalonia framework. So in this video I'm going to tell you why I am using Avalonia for my trading platform and why I think I will use this framework for all my future projects where desktop applications will be required. Okay, so first of all, let's start with what is really a user interface. According to Wikipedia, the user interface, so-called UI, is the point of human-computer interactions and communications in a device. So basically all the buttons, text, tables, views, stuff like that. So now why do I think Avalonia is the best choice for .NET development of desktop applications? Back in the days when I was starting with Avalonia, I wasn't so sure about this, but now the framework got mature in my opinion to say it's the best choice out there. So I made 3, 4, maybe 5 apps with Avalonia. When I was developing my first app, the documentation was garbage, but look at this now. Finally, you can find example of most common user cases, but other projects like WPF or Windows Forms also have good documentation. So what makes Avalonia better than those frameworks? It is cross-platform development. That's it. So my first trading platform was made in Windows Forms. Development of this was nightmare. Maybe because my coding skills were much more weaker than now, but it was a nightmare. Everything looked so ugly to me, and also I was using wrong pattern like MVC for this instead of MVVM, which I use for desktop apps still now. The next version of my trading app was developed in WPF. This framework was much more better. Everything looked much more cleaner and kind of similar to Windows platform, when you do not apply any custom styles, of course. And I started also playing around with MVVM pattern, which made my entire code base cleaner, but still this solution was not cross-platform. It was better than ugly Windows Forms project, but still it was not what I wanted. You know, the reason why cross-platform support is so much important is the fact that nowadays we have always a team Windows and team macOS. And now, do you remember how it was with MetaTrader 4 back in the days? The app was developed only for Windows. MacBook users got automatically scrapped from target audience. So if you wanted to become a trader and forex trader in this case, you needed a laptop with Windows or PC with Windows. End of the story. Later on, some people found a solution to this by doing simulation in Linux or macOS by using Wine and running MetaTrader 4 inside Wine simulation, but still it was a workaround and the performance of course was decreased. Now you can of course download MetaTrader 4 version for macOS, but I think it will still run inside some kind of a simulation. So that is why making cross-platform application from the very beginning is so important. So that is why I think the future of desktop application development in .NET belongs to Avalonia. Recently, Microsoft was trying to create even more cross-platform framework for user interface development called .NET MAUI, but personally I think this route is not so good, as it's very hard to make cross-platform application between desktop and mobile. Simple example, in desktop applications you can always open a new window of your software, but how are you gonna make it in, for example, iPhone or Android smartphone? There are no expandable windows. And you can find many examples like this, that is hard to blend mobile and desktop apps together to get the best user experience of both worlds. It just ain't gonna happen in the near future, I think. And in the meantime, the Avalonia project is growing. More and more open source projects are being added on GitHub. The number of stars is growing, which leads to growing community of developers. The documentation is getting better and better, and I just have a feeling that Avalonia is a safe bet to create your new desktop application. And that's why I think the future belongs to Avalonia when it comes to desktop development, because it's very mature, I think, at this stage. If you watched my previous videos, you may know that I develop everything that I do on macOS, and my clients runs my apps in the Windows OS. And so far, it has been working great. During almost my 2 years of development, I have found only one bug that was related to specific platform. I think something was working on macOS but was not working on Windows. I don't really remember what was the bug about because it was long time ago, but I just remember that it happened only once. So anyway, if you want to develop a desktop application, I highly suggest to do it with Avalonia for cross-platform experience. And this brings us to the end of this video. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I post content related to programming, forex trading, algorithmic trading. You can also join our Discord community where we exchange cool ideas about the topics I mentioned before. And anyway, one more time, thanks for watching and see you in the other video.